Now, this doesn't sit on the best. There's a couple of bits and pieces missing. I've ordered the pieces now, and they've come through. I've managed to do, I did tick one of these. So I put a tiny little tick on the bottom of this plastic here. I've done this bogey ready because I didn't want to film it on camera and make myself look a tit. The cogs had, all 6 of them had split. I think it's just over time. Got myself a little pot. I've got 3 left just there, and they are from, where's it gone? Graham Farish and Spares, or BR lines. 6 times CJ2504, 16 toothed gears, £6.50. I don't know if you want to pause that and try and zoom in a bit better if you can. You give me some information about these. The ones that come original from the factory, you can't just pull the wheels off. I will show you in this. There's like it's basically on the shaft. There's a little cut in the shaft, and as the plastic's moulded on, it moulds into that. So as you take it off, it doesn't go back correctly basically. But I thought what I'll do, I'll take the risk. I bought myself a tiny little hub puller. That's the main body. You also get a plate, and there is other bits, but they're in the house. So anyway, you get a bar as well. I'm sure I brought that bar with me. I think you do. You get a bar. So I bought that. You literally just put the wheel in, whichever best way you can. It sits in there. It is quite nicely machined. There's not hardly any play in there, which is good. And you literally just screw it down, and the pin pushes the wheel off. So I thought I'll take a risk. If it doesn't work, then I will buy the new complete axles with the cogs already on, which he did inform me. It's once you do buy those wheels do come off, and you can put replacement cogs on. I also bought 4 tiny buffers, the round ones, to go on the ends, obviously, stupid. And this didn't come in any packaging, apart from, as you see it. Oh, sellotape. A moment. Uno momento. A battery box, and I've been told that these are, I can actually see them, they're wire reinforced. So in these, where these tabs used to break, there's actually a wire that runs through all of it, so that'll sit. See, like, sits on there, clips onto the body, and just makes that gap look a lot nicer. Now, like I say, I might be doing it wrong. This is the way I know of doing it. Just take the one off. Put this to one side. Now, it doesn't run. You go, look, see? So it'll start. It goes to there, stops. Goes to there, stops. Well, so it stops there now. So it just depends where that tooth is meshing. I'll have to go much further now. Stops. So as you imagine my fingers and the teeth, and they mesh like that, they're supposed to, but because there's a split in the one, that cog is now open like that. So as these mesh and these ones aren't, they're coming in mesh, mesh, and then these, the teeth don't mesh up because they're spread, and it's literally a hairline. I wouldn't even, it's thinner than a hairline. But these are the manufactured, you know, they're that precise. That's all it takes. So yeah, I said I'd done that one off camera, but now I can't remember how. I did it off camera so I didn't make myself look like a tit. And now I've got to remember how I did this one. There you go. So bogey off. Just be mindful of that spring. I'm going to put it in my tub out of the way along with the coupler. And the bogey is literally ping off. I'm not going to take all of them off at once, because these pickups ping off. It's nice just to keep them in situ, so I'll do one at a time. Some of these are enclosed when you look at them. So if you look at the centres, it's not like a perfect shaft. It looks like it's been squished. I don't know. I can't zoom in enough, but obviously if you're going to do one, you'll know what I'm looking for, whereas that side, it's a perfect circle. And that one, it just doesn't look right, so I'll just pick the good side. So I literally drop that onto there. I'm trying to do it on camera, but also look myself, so let me just line it up. You literally line the pin up onto the central shaft. Need this by, you can do it by hand, but and it'll literally just turn. That's it, done. Just feel it pop. There's the wheel off. Here is what I was after, what I was on about with the. I'm trying to see if this will actually focus. Try and get in the middle. See on this shaft here, there's a notch just there, and there's a notch on the other side as well. This one's actually still got the piece of plastic in. It's obviously injection moulded on. The plastic sits in that groove, and all I did was exactly the same, because these are loose. Cogs just come off. Right in the centre, literally the width of my blade, screwdriver blade, you can actually see the actual thicker part of the shaft where the cog sits on. So you got a little notch there for the plastic. This is a smooth shaft, and there's a lip there, and then there's a lip on the other side. It doesn't want to pick it up. Do apologise. So put the new cog on, get the old cog, and line it up, put the old cog on the bottom, and then still push. So the old cog, the old shaft, sorry, the shaft is pushing its way through the cog. You can use the hub puller, so because the pin sits through that shaft. See the groove, there's a groove in there, so basically that will not go past the wider part of the shaft. Neither will it go all the way up, look. So literally, as you put it in there, it will not come out of that hole, and that hole will not go past the thickness of that shaft. So being that they are a wider cog, they mesh better with the older, thinner gears. Same again, reverse principle of pushing the wheel back on. Actually, I've just forgot my tool, so I'm going to pause it there. Right. A 2-inch C-clamp or G-clamp, don't know what you want to call them. You can use a vice, a small modeller's vice. I do have one, but I can't find it. These are much better if you can get the one with a flat surface. I'm just trying to twist it a bit. Make sure that's flat on the inside and on that side. I literally just stood it up. As flat as I can. Just slowly turn it. Try not to let this spin. Let this spin, but not this. And you'll feel the tension as soon as the shafts come to the end. Now, I haven't got a back-to-back. I'm sure they're called back-to-back setters, gauge setters or something. I must get one, but for now, all I do have are calipers. Check that they roll absolutely dead straight. There's no twist on the cog. There's no twist in the wheels. You have to bear with, someone's texting me on my phone. There's no twist in that whatsoever. Yeah, I think back to where it was just before I died. I'd done this this axle, and I was on about I haven't got a back-to-back gauge, but going on what all the others were set at, I just roughly got my calipers and I set them. They're all, well, it's upside down. What does that say? 1.5L? Yeah, it's 7.21. Try and set them at roughly 7.2. I did this one while the camera's off, exactly the same, 7.2. Top and bottom. That's 7.20. And I say top and bottom, I meant like as you're holding it, you run it through the top and then run it on the bottom. The last axle, bring it off. Once they're off, these are freewheel, no problem. Not a problem at all. So I know there's no meshing problems with the gears, with the teeth. They all run fine. You'll be able to tell, I can tell, but I doubt the camera will pick it up, is the actual thickness, the difference in thickness on the cogs. The GoPro isn't the best at zooming in on it, but they are literally a third thicker. So where the old one, There, don't want to mix them up. No. Whereas the old ones, as they sat in line with those, you didn't have as much tolerance. So if they did move side to side, you've only got half of the width of that cog sitting on half the width of that cog. So now that they're slightly wider, you've got more tolerance. So even if it does slide, you know, whatever tolerance it is, it's like 0.5 millimetre, if that. I don't know what the tolerance is. But just to check there's no there's a slight wobble on that one. You just literally turn it around and nip it up again. It should just square itself up. There you go. Like I say, the details, you can't pick that up in the GoPro, but me looking at it. .2, 7.24, so it's 0.04 of a millimetre out. So about, no one's going to count on that. So what I mean by the top and bottom, so I'd measure the top of that and then the bottom of the same axle. So I've got 7.2 on the bottom of that one, then I take it out and put it on the top. I've got 7.21. That's it. Try and get these on without pinging them off again. That's it. So they're both on. Every time I just put one on and I was turning it just to check there's no resistance. That's freewheeling. That's the middle. Just checking, sorry, making sure the axles go back on where they're coming from. I know it don't make much difference, but that's my choice. Second one on. Freewheeling. And the last one. If I can find the man that I saw who changed these with a voice, I'll put the link in the description. Thanks to him anyway, because like I say, I saw him and I thought, well, if he can do that, I can do it. He didn't have a hub puller. He literally had a pair of pliers and some angle pliers, and he literally held the middle and just turned it and it pinged off. But you can only do what you can do with what you've got. This cost me £4 something, £5 off Amazon, I think it was, or eBay. I put a voucher towards it, 5% voucher, so it wasn't that much. Just trying to get this spring, drop the spring in. This is where it pings off and goes shooting across the garage. Stay. Stay. Hate them things. Which way does that go? That's it. Yeah, that in first. That's it. That over the coupling. Click that down. Does it click? Yeah. That's it. That's in. And it's freewheeling. Brilliant. Pickups. Make sure they're nice and clean. I mean, you can tell how lack of use this is. There's no score marks on the pickups. You know what I mean? You'd expect where it's been used, or these are still clean. So just literally down to age. That's it. That's that one in. That's that one in. That's those two in. So I take it this just clicks onto the chassis. God, I don't like that. Okay. That fills that gap in underneath a lot better. Now, I did notice on the body, right on the very bottom, I've got the hoops. They're like a hoop to put the buffers into. On this side, they're broken. There's half of one, but the actual very bottom of the things come off. So they are 4 times GF2814B. If anybody wants to know. Like I say, any problems, or if I'm wrong, whatever, ring that Graham, this Farish and Spares. I literally phoned him and said, look, I've got this, I had it from when I was this age, and he literally described that chassis down to a T. He was like, does it look like this? I was like, yep. He says, well, it's a so and so and so and so. It was made in 90 something. He knows his stuff, he knows his onions. So I've got no doubt he sent me the right ones. I'm not going to glue these in just yet, I'm going to turn them in. I'm just literally going to twist them in. They just sit in there. Oh, that makes a load of difference. These, I've got nothing to put in there, so I might just have to put a dab. Just a dab of glue on the bottom. Put the glue on this first, because I know as soon as I put glue on that, it's going to go wrong. You will stick in. just putting them buffers in and in the battery box. So that's back on there. I don't want to squeeze anything down. There you go. Just having that battery box and buffers make a complete difference. Just filled in that section at the bottom there. And now with buffers on as well. So that's it for now. It's pitch black outside. I can't be asked to move this board at the moment because I want to do another video. So next clip you'll see of this, I'll be first thing in the morning and we'll get some power on because I've done all this and I don't even know if it works. Right, so that was, oh, you just dropped it. Well done, Craig. I just noticed I've put, yeah, I'll change them back. I've put those are the wrong way around. The actual little plastic pin on the bottom of the coupler is sticking the wrong way. So they want to go down, but they don't want to go up. So I'll change them, won't take too long. So, see you in a bit. Okay. Right, so why is it, as soon as you start recording, it then needs a battery. So, right, okay. Class 55, just been sent off. Hopefully I'll get that back in a few weeks' time. Just seen the video of me doing this. I've got to now see if this works. Which one does that control? No. So I should have now. Wrong way. The shunter going. I think I might have to change the wheels on that. I think they're there's a funny pattern coming on them. Don't sound the best. Oh well, strip that down. So I'll try and get this one working first. So this one, oh, it moves right there. Now, as I've said in previous, I'm sure I had 3 of these. I saw one of these second hand, these coaches. And I'm sure I had a 3rd, and I don't know what I've done with it. I've run this in the opposite direction so you can see there's no, I've got the shunter on these 2 longish coaches I've got. So this is the first time I've run it now since putting those cogs on. So now I've got both tracks running, opposite directions. I'm glad I've got that fixed. That one's right.